All right, so this is the testing. All right, so this is the testing. All right, so yeah, the sound is good. Let me just check the screen share. Um, let me just check the screen share. Um, all right. So everything is in check. First of all, first thing first, I want to give our praises to Yahweh Shem Shai Bashem Kodash. The honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the birds and highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the help, shalom. This is the brother Aaron from James Jamaica camp, and we're just gonna go very quick video. You know, as I said of late, just doing these lives because the upload actually is a bit quicker, so it helps out a lot. So yeah, no further ado, as the title says, um, a little research goes a long way, you know. And this was inspired by a video that the brother Omawan Gabar did about in regards to I think it was a brother, but some dude was doing a lesson saying that um the manna from heaven was mushroom, basically psychedelic mushroom. Now brothers were or some piece was experiencing or some familiar faces that were on the videos were there saying yeah, it's on point, and they were actually going with the information. And then when he did the video, some of those same individuals had to come back and say they realized that after watching his video that it was actually BS, and they actually said that they shouldn't have been so simple, for lack of a better term. Right now, I'm going to read one of those comments. Then I'm going to go straight into the precepts. Now, it says the video. It's one of the comments was from DJ Edwards. It says the apostles often talk about not taking their word for the information they put out, but rather doing your own research. I definitely took this guy's word for it. Didn't even bother researching anything, but it is not for us to beat ourselves up over. But yeah, right. That's what one person said. And somebody else on the comment. This is a screenshot, by the way. Somebody else was saying that they 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 were sorry that they actually did that, and actually saying that going forward they'll be more careful. So all in all, you know, as this comment said, the person saying they never bother research it, no, no. And a little research goes a long way, because even with the brother research, I'm gonna show you, you just do a simple Google search, research where the scripture compared the manna with, which was actually grains, coriander seed. You put in coriander seed in Google, click images, a reference to have an idea what it looked like right there and then. So right there and then that should have showed you that would have shown you that it's not mushrooms. And also the scripture said that the children of Israel did not know what it was, right? So if it was mushrooms, obviously they would have identified that it was mushrooms. So staying on point, this is Acts 17, right, verse 10. It says, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. Right? And we'll look at the word searched, you know, as which this is why they were honorable, because not just taking the words for it, do your own research. I did a lesson recently about everyone have to walk their own journey, right? You can't just take somebody else's perspective and think you understand everything. You have to the whole you have to look it up for yourself and go through the information for yourself. Now, are you going to be able to do that for all videos? But to the best of your abilities, go over the information. Apostle Gabar even went to a lesson recently saying that look, that brother should be writing down these scriptures and going over them, just to ensure that you understand this thing for yourself, right? In the Greek, right? It says examine, judge, to investigate, examine, inquire into, scrutinize, sift, question, specifically in a forensic sense of a judge to hold an investigation, interrogate, examine with the accused, examine the accused or witness. This is more of a person. It says to judge of no, Salakia, to judge of, estimate, determine the excellence or defects of any person or thing. So that is it. You know, scrutinize information. And that is why the apostles themselves look here, don't take what them say at face value, go in the information for yourself, so that you can understand it. Hey, that way you can truly understand and truly appreciate the knowledge, right? And as the scripture made note of it, it says that those of Berea were more noble. And they said, why? Because they searched the scriptures daily to see whether those things were so. So them actually ensure that, look, them validate the information, right? Second precept is Second Thessalonians 5, verse 21. It says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So there again, so you prove it. So if that particular individual or those like him that said they never really scrutinize the information, right? They would have been able to prove it and know whether or not it was good and know whether or not to hold on to it. But because they never look it up, they just basically them hold on to something that they thought was good, right? And the Greek word here, I'm gonna play it as well, right? And it says to test, examine, prove, scrutinize to see whether a thing is genuine or not. As metals, right? That as an example, it says to recognize as genuine after examination, to approve, to deem worthy, right? So you say what you're supposed to test, examine, scrutinize all things, right? To see whether it's genuine or not, right? To see whether or not it's approved or not. And then he said, what? Hold fast in that which is good. Hey, that's why sometimes brothers, will send articles or will send certain information, and it's even in the group, and they will say, pick the meat from the bones, or sometimes brothers will say, you know, basically be careful, or say, don't take my word for it, or just sharing some information, right? So there you have it. This word, give the art, right? So as I say, you have to go into the information for yourself, and this is what the precept says, right? This is all the precepts, milk precepts, sticking to the milk, right? Second Timothy chapter 2 verse 15 says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, right? So you can imagine this individual going around breaking down that the manna from heaven was mushrooms, and when the dissect the information, he should be ashamed right now because he did not rightly divide the word of truth. And imagine those who actually hold on to the information going to break that down, and somebody will have certain knowledge, or certain things, go ahead and cut them. You'll be ashamed, right? Because what? You did not divide the word of truth. You did not study, right? Rightly divide the word of truth. And going to verse 16, right, it says, but shun profane and be babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. And that is what that guy video was, right? Profane and outside the temple, and vain babblings. That's a whole hard long word that is unnecessary talking, and it will therefore they will increase unto more ungodliness. Basically I tell brothers that they can go there go take psychedelics, right? Getting demons jump on brother and all type of thing. Yo, ungodliness, right? But the key word that I'm trying to that I'll focus on right here is the word study, right? And I play the Greek as well, right? It says to hasten, make haste. The second definition is more applicable. It says to exert oneself, endeavor. It says give diligence, right? So you know when a diligent to as the scripture say, oh, Salakia, it says, study to show yourself, show thyself approved. A workman needed not to be ashamed, rather dividing the word of truth. So basically, you have to basically be diligent to show thyself approved unto the Most High. And how you be diligent in regards to the doctrine? Yes, you basically scrutinize, test, you prove things, you research, right? Right? This is how you exert yourself and give diligence, right? Next precept. As a matter of fact, let me check if there's more in regards to the root. Well, it says to labor, that is one of them. So you say you have to labor to show thyself approved, which requires actual study, right? Looking up the root, it says earnest in accomplishing, promoting, or striving after anything, right? So you have to promote the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You have to be earnest in your labors, right? Earnest care, you have to tend towards it. Carefulness, you have to be careful with what you're actually putting out. So that all of that link back to being diligent. All of that basically link back to your conduct in showing yourself approved unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Next precept is 1 Corinthians 2, verse 15. It says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. Right? And the key part is there that he that is spiritual judgeth all things. Now let's look up the word judgeth. So okay, seems like I copied the wrong oh, it's the same root word for search it in First Corinthians sorry, in Acts chapter 17, right? Yes, same word, right? Which means to investigate, examine, inquire, scrutinize, safe question, right? I already broke down this word in the first part of the breakdown. So, you know, if you look up the root, however, it says to separate, to put asunder, which basically means to divide, to pick out, right? Either it is spiritual, separate or pick out, right? Approve, esteem, right? Resolve, to pronounce an opinion concerning right or wrong, right? Checking yeah, so basically it all boils down to the same thing. Whereas can actually get into these words for themselves. But I'm gonna get one more from the Apocrypha then close out. And I think the point has been made. But as stated, a little research, it really goes a long way. Because a simple word meaning can show whether or not you're actually a preacher right doctrine or not, right? And Lord willing, going to touch on even the add to the brothers today in regards to the manna from heaven. But just one final precept from before I close out. Right, this is Sirach chapter 5, verse 15. It says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. So hey, so once something come across a mind or something come up a certain way, hey, just scrutinize it, and if you know the milk, that also be the thing, because even the guy that said the apostles and break it down as that, which anybody will watch the apostles would know that the apostles that would have definitely sound strange for you said that the apostles are break down. So I mean, brother, you actually reach out. So if that's good or not, that's all good and well. But also, and also just a quick point before I go. Ariel always said this. He said, look, sometimes brothers come and ask questions on certain things before them even research it for themselves. And really and truly, it's good to ask, do your research for it. If you don't understand fully or you don't get the answer, then you actually ask your questions. That also helps with the learning thing, right? And grasping certain things, because at least you make the effort, you give diligence, you labor towards it. So when you actually get it, you would appreciate it more. So once more, all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Kodash. The honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word, not sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.